I'm trying to put money in your pocket, that crypto wallet, that bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. I'm always right.
What is going on, believers? Guys, I am doing this without any notice. I didn't set this up. It's a 8:15 right now. I'm a little bit late. I wasn't going to go on tonight. I wasn't going to do anything. I'm not really set up, but guys, we are in what is called the shit right now. Ethereum is at 1357, and it is continuing its big fall. So I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm hoping that we're going to get to 1200. I'm holding out hope, but listen, at this point, we're at 13. I mean, guys, here's the thing. Ethereum wasn't even this at this price. I think when I first invested in crypto, like no shit, it was 1700. I think like somebody's posting on Facebook the price of Ethereum at the time, and they're like, because they had bought in like late 2020 at like $400 or something like that. It was trading at like 1700 before any kind of little fallback or anything like that. So when he's posting it on, so it's January, roughly beginning of February. Let's look at this little spot right here, because it was 1713. There we go. So no, I think it was over here because I was already in at that point. There we go, 1724. February 5th. So February 5th of 2021 is when I first saw Ethereum. And of course, I've spent the last almost year and a half now listening to people tell me, oh, you'll never see that price again. You'll never see that price again. Bitch, you want to bet? Bitcoin is back down to 26,000. These numbers are starting to, for some people, this is just like soul crushing sort of numbers. But I mean, really, it's, when's the last time we touched 26? Where are we at here? We're in June of 21. So we're going back. We have not touched this price, and it is actually a very low but level of support. It's a better one around 24, but it looks like it got just a little bit of sideways trading over here in about 3 days worth of support at that level. So it's got a little bit, nothing major. Of course, the more the bigger support is probably going to be way down here. So we are in some new territory right now. Remember, by the way, that when we were in the shit, when it was getting real bad and we were feeling it, and this was during that July when it was super bad. We were trading at 29.7 because it wasn't holding up, and it was fighting at 30,000, and 30,000 was causing it to boom. So we're now at 2609 on Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is going to change lives when this is all said and done for a lot of people. And Ethereum continuing to fall. Probably 3-minute chart gives a little bit better. Had a little pump in that last minute there because it felt like it was a little lower a second ago. But guys, it's getting a little bit crazy right now. So everybody should be you should be real nervous about your bags, unless you did what I said. And guys, I really hope that you did. I hope you stabled everything. I hope that you stabled it when I said stable, and I hope that you didn't react. I hope you didn't um, get overly crazy. I hope you didn't go back in. I hope you stayed out when I said stay out. I've been seeing buy tags up here, and it moves up when the buy tags come in, but I haven't seen anything. Especially, it's the by the way, the gas fees are so low right now that it's worth popping in, because it's only like $20 for a transaction. So if you can make if you're doing 10 ETH like I am, from 1354 to 1364, where we are right now, that 9-minute swing right there is kind of worth like $100 if you do it right. And after the $20 in, $20 out, $60. So I mean, you can still make a little bit off of it, but I'm not doing it because I'm just afraid that this is going to continue. By the way, mind you, let's here's the funny part. This is and I know it's not really funny, ha ha, but let's get a good laugh. 7 o'clock came around, the South Korean markets opened up, and the South Korean markets responded by pumping the price up just a little bit. And then we got right around here to where China wakes up, and China took a gigantic dump, because it's business time now. It's their morning. It's Monday morning in China, and they are dumping and dumping and dumping. And then we can look over here at the Dow overnights. Remember, we were at 31,392 last night or Friday, and we're down here 295 points. It was at 108 earlier. So it looks like the Dow futures are going way down even further. So things are about to get crazy. And then you got the Fed meeting. The Fed meeting, I think, comes on Wednesday. I hope that I had that right, because if not, Fed meeting calendar is, what the hell is today? June 14th and 15th. So 13th, Tuesday and Wednesday. So the Fed meetings are Tuesday and Wednesday. So we're going to see those pretty soon. But guys, remember, we're talking about this 50 base points is going to go up to 75 if things are staying the way they are. I mean, inflation is 8.6. Markets are crashing everywhere. There's not a lot of good going on. So, but listen, when we were doing this, by the way, I was at what, 20,000, right? So we were buying 10 Ethereum for 20,000. We buy 10 Ethereum right now for 13,000. I just want you guys to, and I still have the same 20,000 sitting in there. So if you think I'm not real pleased with where this is, like, and listen, if I got in right now at 1351 and I took my shot at 1351, said, you know what, it's not going to go down forever, it'll bounce back up, I feel really good about my spot right now. And with only 20 grand, and I don't want to pull out of anything else, so I'm just going with my stable, but I don't want to go, it would have to go like 500, I think, for me to get into that spot where I could buy 30. What I want is the 32 ETH, obviously. I don't think that we're going to get that, or at least I'm not going to be able to get that from where we are right now. So that's pie in the sky, kind of wishing. Price would have to go down probably way too low. Like right now, if I can get 10 ETH at 12,000, then holy shit. I mean, guys, you have to think about this. If I get 10 ETH right now for 12,000 in 6 months, if it's 3,500, if it's 50, if it's 5,000, it wasn't that long ago. It wasn't that long ago at all, by the way. We were trading over 3,000. So if I get at 12, if I get at 1,200, I get 10 ETH for 12,000 in just a little while. And then it's up to, where are we at here in April? Mid-April, we were at 35.53. So that's 35,000. So that's an increase of what, 23,000? So I would make $23,000 off of that move. And if it goes where it was support, there was support right here at 4,600, which was, I mean, look how long it kind of trended right there in that 4,200 channel. Like it's pretty significant at 4,000. So imagine buying it down here at 12, and that's 28,000 if it goes to 4 again. And I mean, of course it's going to go to 4, but that's $28,000 that would be made just over that period of time, just holding on for that moment. So don't think this is insignificant. These dips right here, these are, guys, these are the moments when you make your bag. This is the time when it really starts to happen for you. You want to get at the bottom. We're probably not going to, none of us are probably going to hit that actual bottom. We're probably going to get as close as we can. But I mean, let's take a, back up just a little bit. And, what I'm talking about right here is, because I really want that 32 ETH. So if I could get in at 12, then it runs up 4,000. It's a $20,000 gain. But listen, what if we decide that we're going to do something crazy on Crow, which is at 13.4 cents right now, and then we back off and we look at where was Crow at its high, and we see Crow up here doinked off of $1. So, I mean, that's about an 8x run from where it is. So if I put that 10 grand into Crow and it went crazy, then that 10 grand's 80 grand in a heartbeat. If I put 20 grand in, it's 160. And I mean, it's going to, we know that some of these things are just gonna run again. We know that time's happening, but we go down the lists here and we start to look at these opportunities, the plays that we could be making, the plays that we know are going to pay off. I think that Gala Games, it was at 20 cents not too long ago, and I just bought in at 7.5. So, but even going back further, this thing was trading all the way up here. It spiked at 85 cents, but realistically, probably in the 70 cents. So it's 12x from 13x, 14x from its all-time high. So, if you got $1 grand in Gala, you're looking at 14 grand right there. There's life-changing sort of money if you have it, if you've got it invested. And I'm not even talking about our kind of meme coin universe. I'm talking about just out here in altcoin land, because remember, that altcoin money, that's what fuels us. So if you're out here and you can get your bags filled up on all of this stuff right here, this is the stuff that's going to move really fast. This is the stuff where, look at this. This is Avalanche. Avalanche was trading at $145 during that all-time high, and it's down to $16, $15, $14, whatever it is right now. So, I mean, Jesus, guys, we're going to start running, and things are going to get they're going to get nuts. Matter of fact, we need to move this up a little bit so that I can keep a better eye on Avalanche. But, these markets are out of control. Let's pop this up just a little bit so we can see that. So, you really, guys, if you have a little bit of what they call dry powder, then you've got to be watching right now and look right now. Just keep looking for that bottom. Find that bottom. Don't just do it because it's there. Like, this is the time, guys. If we, and I mean we, if we just have a little patience, we just take a little time to let this market do what it does. If we just give it a little bit of time right now, then we're going to find just some incredible sort of entry points. And it's going to be life-changing. It's going to be life-altering for every single one of us. And I hope when I'm having this conversation with you guys, I hope that we've had enough of these conversations that you got at least a good amount sitting in stable right now, that you've taken enough profit that we're sitting in good positions so that when the time comes to throw money at this thing, then we're able to throw life-changing money at this kind of stuff. We just got a green, by the way. Didn't get a buy signal from Chandelier, but we got a green candle down here on Market Cipher. So Market Cipher is telling you that right now might be a time to get in. It is on the 3-minute candle, because it seems like this thing's really wanting to pump right now. Maybe all the dumping has been done for a little while, but I would not bet on it. I would, because I still see Bitcoin was at 26,100 just a second ago, and it's down to 2650. So a lot of nervous sentiment going around, guys. Hope you guys are being very, very, very careful about everything right now. Man, oh man, oh man. Woo. All right, so checking the Coin 360. Look at how red this whole thing is. The only thing in green are stables. By the way, did you know that people are making money by trading USDT from I think it was called Bybit and Bitmark, that they're trading it back and forth because it's hitting like 99 and $1 in there easily, and these guys are taking advantage of it, and they're moving it around, and just because it's a penny, they're moving it over, and that arbitrage of a penny on like $1 million is worth like 10 grand or something like that. So these guys are bouncing their tether back and forth to just scalp like minimal profits and doing this shit all of the time. Pretty interesting. Now it's pretty interesting the way that they're doing it. All right, so going into all of this stuff here, Huobi launches blockchain and Web3 investment arm, Ivy Blocks. So now Huobi has its own blockchain. DeVere Group predicts a bull run and significant bounce for Bitcoin in Q4. There we go. I believe that we'll soon see a bull run that will lead to a significant bounce in the Q4 of the year for the world's leading digital currency. Bitcoin is currently highly correlated to leading global stock markets such as Wall Street, and I'm confident the recent market downturn is close to the bottom and a rally is imminent. So remember that, and remember it always gets worse before then. Peter Schiff, and remember, Peter Schiff is a dildo. Hates Bitcoin. Economist Peter Schiff explains why he expects Bitcoin to crash as recession deepens, warns don't buy this dip. Economist and gold bug Peter Schiff has made some dire predictions about cryptocurrency, particularly Bitcoin and Ethereum. He explains that the need to sell Bitcoin to pay the bills will only get worse as the recession deepens, adding that the Bitcoin is poised to crash to 20K while Ether will sink to 1K. Goldbug Peter Schiff, the chief economist and chief strategist at Euro Pacific Capital and founder of Schiff Gold, has made some dire predictions about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the crypto market in general. He tweeted Sunday, Bitcoin looks poised to crash to 20,000 and Ethereum to 1K. Don't buy this dip. You'll lose a lot of money. Schiff further explained in several tweets Sunday, with food and energy prices soaring, many Bitcoin holders will be forced to sell to cover the cost. Grocery stores and gas stations don't accept Bitcoin, the economist noted. When Bitcoin crashed during, matter of fact, they do, bitch boy. All you need is your BitPay card, which is now being accepted in way more places. So ask your mother. When Bitcoin crashed during COVID, no one needed to sell. Consumer prices were much lower and holders got stimulus checks, Schiff stressed. The need to sell Bitcoin to pay bills will only get worse as the recession deepens and many holders lose their jobs, especially when working for soon-to-be bankrupt blockchain companies. If circumstances change, long-term buyers without paychecks will be forced to sell. Now, if you are wondering who Peter Schiff is, here. While Schiff is bearish about Bitcoin, Ether, and the market in general, many people are very bullish about Bitcoin. Venture capitalist Tim Draper recently doubled down on his $250,000 Bitcoin prediction. U.S. Senator Ted Cruz said he is incredibly bullish on Bitcoin and has a weekly Bitcoin buy. DeVere Group CEO Nigel Green said last week that he expects a bull run and a significant bounce on the price. JP Morgan said last month that it sees a significant upside to Bitcoin. So when I give you an article like that, please understand Peter Schiff is like walking garbage. Like Peter Schiff is taking advice from Peter Schiff is like taking advice from your grandfather on what type of Geritol that you're supposed to use. So just to get a clear understanding of who Peter Schiff is, he absolutely hates cryptocurrency. And you can go back and you can look, by the way, I'm 100% right on this one. He hates cryptocurrency. He has been against cryptocurrency since the beginning. If you go to his Twitter and you look at his Twitter, he's never had a kind word to say about Bitcoin or cryptocurrency in general. And when you look at what he says, he has been wrong and wrong and wrong and wrong. So he's a little bit out of his mind right now. By the way, I just made my weekly Shiba Doge video, and that Shiba Doge video was basically me saying, guys, be very careful in your trading. So I'm telling you guys the same thing. Be very careful in your trading right now, because the one thing that I will agree with him is that we have not seen the bottom yet, that there is a whole lot more ass to show in this market right now. So, and Bitcoin's down to 26,000. So I think it might have just popped below 26 to 25.9. It sure did. So Bitcoin's down below and testing that 26 level. Remember, we were at 28.5. We were testing that 28.5. Now here we are. All those dreams are starting to come true. It's just a matter right now of taking advantage of when we find that bottom. And remember, Tuesday and Wednesday, these meetings, we have to wait for the meeting notes, but we'll get some leaks about what's going to happen. So, we might see like a relative pump tomorrow. Might see the American market try to pump it up in one last salvo and get it back up to 1,400 for a little while or something like that, just to say they did something. But now remember, we're also going to see, and every market is not the same, by the way. We just watched, excuse me, we just watched what happened with Seoul, South Korea, and they were kind of okay. And then China opened up, and China dumped hard. In about right now, this is probably the 30-minute marker between India waking up right now. So India might be feeling a lot better and more bullish, and they might see this dip, and they might get to trading hard, which will lead to the European and the Middle Eastern markets waking up and seeing the same thing. And it becomes a question of what is it that they're going to do. So, you have to understand that not everybody is seeing this $1,000, $1,200, $700 or $800 Ethereum like we're seeing, and they're not seeing that 21,000 Bitcoin. They're going to fight every step of the way. You can see here that Ethereum, Bitcoin just hit a bounce when it hit that 25.9, and now it's back up to 26.066 very, very quickly. So along with it, we got a buy signal over here, and if we would have hit that buy right there and gone for that one, then it would have been worth a pretty good amount in 15 minutes. That's a pretty good amount of growth that happened right there real quick. But I'm still too nervous, so I'm going to be sitting it on the sidelines, and I am not going to be touching that one. Yep, looks possible. Well, Forsaken, we're looking at 1200, but at this point, I don't know, man. If it goes to 1200, I'm gonna feel good about my position, and I'm gonna ape in at 1200. When it hits 1200, I'm going in pretty hard, and then I'm just gonna sit on it for a little while and see what happens. And I think maybe I'll just do like 15 ETH and just see what happens. I mean, if it goes down lower, it goes down lower. And if I lose a few thousand, then I know that I'll gain those few thousand back very quickly. So I'm not really going to be hurt about it. But I feel like what most of those people are saying, like Peter Schiff, he's one of those doomsayers about like Peter Schiff is one of those guys that feel like he like rubs one out to recessions. You know what I mean? He's just always hawkish about every single thing in the market. And somebody says something about, oh, looks like the price is going down. And he's like, oh, who's got the lotion? I need to go to the bathroom for a second. You know what I mean? Like he's always looking at the worst in everything, pessimistic sort of outlook. But that doesn't make him right. And that's not, just because he says that doesn't make him correct. So, I think that more than anything, what we're talking about is let's go back and let's look at what happens when we hit a bottom, and then we have to decide: did we hit a bottom, or have we found the bottom of the market? And then if we have found the bottom of the market, then what do we do with it? And then that leads us to when we found the bottom of our market over here, it was right here. So we found the bottom right there. And then what immediately happened over the next couple of days? Well, by the way, the bottom was a little bit higher than this bottom, but the bottom here was 1734. So we found 1734, and this market within from July 20 to what is this? August 13. So in what really amounts to 23 days, it went from 1,700 to 3,300. So it basically doubled in like very short order. And then 2 more weeks later, we're at 3,800. Then we hit a little bit of a snag and a little bit of a dip. And then the next thing you know, it starts running and running and running and running and running. And then we hit out and we edge out at 48.68, making it the all-time high, depending on, I think mine's Coinbase, so 48.68, but some of them went up to like 4,900, stuff like that. So, we just have to find that bottom. And once we found that bottom and we get that sentiment that we're all looking for, that positive sort of, the situation is going to get better sort of feeling, then things will start taking off. And look, there's too much bullish sentiment. There's too much mass adoption. There's too many people that want to be involved in cryptocurrency. There's too many people that have money. There's too much going on for all of the Peter Schiffs of the world. Matter of fact, Peter Schiff hates. Look at this. All I did was type in Peter Schiff hates, and what's the first thing that comes up? Peter Schiff hates Bitcoin. So on July 1, listen to this. This is what a dummy he is. Okay. This is Peter Schiff, the economical dingbat. Okay. His son, like many skeptics, famous investor and commentator, objection to Bitcoin is that it has no intrinsic value. And what he's saying is that it has nothing. And he's the only one. He's just this guy. But his Schiff's 18-year-old son, who's a big Bitcoin fool, hasn't changed his mind, right? So when he said that, going back over here, just to show you what a ding-dong he is, when he said that, then that was in 2021, and it was in July, and he was at July 1st. So on July 1st, we were trading at, here we go, 33,828. Now, if his son was smart, which, hey, I know who his dad is, so probably not super smart, but if he cashed out at 68,000, then guess what? His son doubled his money and then hopefully got back out and started to DCA on smaller bits, waiting for another dip. And Maybe he's buying in like crazy tonight. You never know. I know Michael Saylor's buying in like crazy right now. But it's pretty funny, guys. It really is. It's pretty funny that all of these economists have this weird notion of all this dumb stuff. And when it doesn't pan out, oh, my son. Yeah, your son's smart. What are you going to do? You know what I mean? Like, how does it feel to know that your son's intelligent and you are out here crying about stuff? You know what I mean? The best thing ever, I'll tell you what, the best thing ever would be to hear Peter Schiff come out and say, my son decided that he was going to invest in something called Volt Inu, and I don't know what to make of it because I thought he would just invest in Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, it would be hilarious. And then Volt goes to 20 billion market cap in August. And you're like, oh my God. And then he's like, Dad, I'll buy you out. You know what I mean? Like, how crazy would that be? All right, so we're dipping again. It looks like we're kind of in that sideways motion. We're at 848 right now, so it looks like we've got a little bit more time on the Indian markets to wake up. So then, we got Pakistan that's going to open up, and Pakistan's actually pretty big into Bitcoin, by the way. So you might see a little bit there, but Bitcoin has dropped to 25.8 right now. Not finding any support. Remember, the only real support it had was right at 26,000, and then 24,000 after that. So now that we've broken this 26,000, the longer we stay off of that and the further down we go, the more likely we are to get to 24, which if that brings it down, then the more likely Ethereum, because Ethereum, if you notice here, it's doubling up Bitcoin right now on its percentages because people are mad. By the way, if you're not paying attention to the news on Ethereum, people are pretty mad right now because Ethereum was supposed to do their merge, and instead of doing their merge, they said, "Oh no, we meant the Ropsten test merge." And then people were like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, that's what we meant." And then, like, people are just crazy, man. Like, I don't get it. It's just kind of crazy sometimes. 800, I think we're going to get 1200, but I mean, I'm starting to hear right now that we're going to get 700 or 800. And listen, every time we have tested bottoms in this market, then we've always found a little more bottom. So when somebody tells me that the bottom is 1200, I know that there's a bunch of people out there thinking like, "Oh, you think so?" But remember, one of the interesting things is there is a lot of Ethereum staked for ETH 2.0. I mean, a lot of Ethereum. So I don't know how much further down it does really have to go. I mean, you have to see, it has to turn really, really negative for a long time. Think about where we are, and we've got, like, we're bleeding. Are we bleeding retail money, or are we bleeding institutional money? Because if you look right here, market cap is 1.048 trillion. This is the lowest it's been in, I mean, forever. 7-day total, Bitcoin is down 26%. Bitcoin's down 15%. So you see, it's basically doubling it up. So, I mean, there's so many tokens that are just so far down right now. Apecoin's at $3.75. Where's Phantom, by the way? You guys know how I feel about Phantom. And I know, listen, Phantom's going to run when it gets to Halloween again. It's down 41%. So at 21 cents right now, Phantom is going to run up to, I mean, last time it ran up to like $3. So is that 15x? Yeah, it's like 15x from where it is right now. So if you want a 15x and you can afford to wait 4 months, then I got a token for you. Yeah, you know what? And you're going to feel those people are going to get out. That's just, that's just what's going to happen. They're going to get out. They're going to disappear. They're going to go their own way. And listen, people are scared. People are frightened of this market right now. And by all rights, by what you see right here, they really should be. So they're getting a little bit. I don't own any link. Matter of fact, I do want. That's one of my goals is to get some link, but I have not yet. I know some of BitBoy Crypto's guys are really big into that stuff. But I am not nearly as into that as some other people are. But I mean, like, listen, I'm in BNB, I'm in Cardano, and my Cardano is staked, and I'm into Tron, Avalanche, Matic, Kronos. Ouch. Not in Link, not in this, not in this, not in this, not in this. XTZ, I got a small amount of XTZ. I pulled out of most of these. I actually pulled out of most of these because I was nervous about the market, and I wanted to have as much money as I had as I could get into without. What I did not want to pull out of. I mean, I know this sounds crazy, right? But the one place that I don't want to pull any money out of is Volt, right? I don't want to pull any money out of Volt. I don't want to pull anything out of BTFA. I don't want to pull anything out of Shift. I don't pull, there's like a list of tokens I don't want to pull anything out of. So everything else I just pulled out of and put it into stable, and I'm just kind of sitting on stable right now. So, and I got a pretty good amount there. So like 15x into Phantom. I mean, if I throw a bag into Phantom, then maybe it's 300 grand in 4 months. Who the hell knows? But I do have a little bit of Phantom. I still have a little bit of Phantom sitting on Coinbase. And then I don't have BAT. No, that's not it either. I got one more, and now it's escaping me. Maybe it is BAT. Oh, and I got all kinds of Terra Luna, stuff like that. So, hold on. Oh, yeah, it's BAT. God damn it. It's worth about $800 right now. So, like, I feel good about my positions and so many different things. Oh, look, we broke some more support. We're at 25,724, and Ethereum is breaking down again a little bit further. What's up, Cody? Yeah, see, that's I disagree with don't pull anything out of SHIB. Like I would have listen, if it was me, I would have pulled out of SHIB a long time ago. I didn't see the support levels. I didn't see anything that made me think that it was going to do very well. So I would have pulled out a long time ago. As a matter of fact, I can tell you when I would have pulled out. I would have pulled out at 2,900 because I saw it when it was going down below 35 just a while back that like it didn't look like it had a whole lot of support. And then it kept moving down, kept moving down, kept moving down. And then Satoshi just like said, I'm leaving and YOLO. Yeah. So I would have pulled out at 4 zeros, 29, which is when I got that feeling that things were going to end up badly here. And that was a couple days ago, early part of May, right around, maybe it was 21 then. Maybe it wasn't 29, maybe it was 21 because it was early May. So probably around 21.53 or something like that. I have a video on it. But then you can see here, like it just cascaded down, trended sideways, cascaded down some more. Like maybe it runs again. Maybe it has another big run. I mean, it's SHIB. And just so you guys know, I'm pretty sure that SHIB is going to be available on BitPay pretty soon. I've been hearing some rumors about SHIB going to BitPay. So that being the case, that's going to be kind of big. All right. So it looks like the Indian market is starting to dump. So looks like we're getting it from everywhere. Bitcoin's at 25.5. So that 26 is not going to hold up, it doesn't look like. I mean, the longer you stay under that, the longer you stay under that, the longer it's going to run here. What do I think of Luna Classic? I have 10 million Luna Classic sitting in a wallet, just waiting to see what happens on it. I don't know what to I don't know what to say about Luna Classic. Here's what I'll tell you about me. I'm going to hold on to it. I'm not going to sell it. I'm not going to do anything with it. I'm just going to let it ride for a little while. We were doing some math, and in 151 days at the current volume, which I think the volume is going to go up, by the way, but at the current volume in 151 days, it will have burned half the supply. And that was without the new consensus that they were working on, which, by the way, and I don't like talking about station Terra stuff, but rebuild leadership, change, and future plan. Here we go. This right here is a significant burn. Distribute 50% transaction fees to the community pool plus increase proposer validator rewards. That's to get people on board with it. It's got a 96% yes vote, and nobody's really abstaining. And to achieve quorum, it's almost at the quorum state. And it says distribute 50% transaction fees to the community pool, 35% to be burned via monthly community pool proposals, 10% airdrop to the ecosystem devs, 5% retained to core Terra Classic development, and increase base proposer and bonus proposer awards from 0.01 and 0.04 to 0.03 and 0.12. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to get validators to come back, because the validators are what are going to make this thing go, because that's where the dApps, that's where the activity is going to come from. So they're trying to rebuild this thing. And Do Kwon does not want this thing to go through. He doesn't want anything that concerns Classic to go through, because that affects his ability to do Terra Luna 2.0. So, but he is under fire right now. And if he starts tipping the hat on all these things, then, there's going to be a problem. And then like Chain Layer is probably one that just wants it to die. Here's the thing though, right here. What you want like Orion Money, because Orion Money has been picking up more and more and more voting power over the last little while. They've become their own force unto their own. So it would be really nice to have them on board over here, because that would move that quorum all the way to where it needs to be. And then that 35% to be burned via monthly community pool proposals, that's a huge amount. So, and that would be in addition to what's already being burned. So, you got to look at it, and you got to understand that if these things go through, and this one goes through along with the other one, then we're going to see significant burns on Luna. We're going to see more people working in the Luna ecosystem. And I think the number is 0.0768 is what the when you're at 10 billion at the current market cap, which is 768 million, then if you have 10 billion tokens, which is the goal, then that's going to be 0.0768. And then that would mean that my 10 million tokens would be worth 700 grand or 70 grand, 70 grand, maybe. No, 10 million. So 700 grand. Yeah. So my tokens would be worth 700 grand. So I'm going to hold out for a long time and just see what happens. You know what I mean? It'll be worth like waiting on it just to see what happens. But anyway, I'm going to get off here, guys. I just want to give you guys an update and let you know that be very, very careful right now. This market is going to be dangerous, but this is going to be like a great buying opportunity for you. This is going to be a great buying opportunity for everybody. Listen, if we hit the bottom and we can finally, I don't know where it is, I'm not sure, but if we can hit the bottom wherever it is, and if it's 1200 and we can get that significant bounce, then this is going to be incredible. We can go over here, as a matter of fact, and really, let's take a look and see, like, where's the, so you see right here, there's a lot of support right here at 13 where we are at this moment. If that breaks down, then the next level is 1220 roughly. Like you can see it right here around 1220. And then you can see then it hits like around 1040. But those are not significant lines, by the way. Just so you guys know, like once you break down into 1200, which is this, that's a minimal support line. So when people are telling you that 1200 is the line of support, it really looks heavier in this 1300 range. But after that, then anybody who told you 700 is foolish. Anybody told you 800 doesn't know how to read a chart, and it looks more like the next, if it breaks those support lines, then the next one down is going to be that 730, 740, and then it gets to like 660, and then it becomes support right here at 594. So 600 becomes that next kind of line of support level. So there is a significant way down if this thing can't hold anything. So you guys just be careful. Time for me to go walk the dog, but yeah, be nervous, be very nervous. But guys, when you start to see it and you see that bottom, pay attention. Just kind of watch the charts. I'm not telling you to make any moves. I'm not telling you to do anything. Don't get wrecked. Don't get wrecked. Don't give away money. Listen, every time you buy in, like if you bought in right now, you're going to make $1,358. A month from now, we'll probably be trading again at 2,000. You know what I mean? Like we'll get a significant move back to the upside. A couple weeks later, we'll be trading at like 2,000 or 3,000. You know what I mean? Like that's just the way that it works. It's the market is the market, right? So you're going to still make, $700 for every ETH that you have. So it's a significant amount of money that you're going to make, but it's not about what you make. It's about what you miss. And if you give away your money, then some other rich person's going to get it. So this is the time for you to be shrewd. This is the time for you to watch. This is the time for you to let it bleed. Remember, the Fed meets on Tuesday and Wednesday. And if they kick it up a notch to 75 BPS, that means this market goes down way further. If they don't, then it's going to start moving back towards the upside. Move in on it, but get your information first. Don't just rush in and make a decision right now. It's not worth it because the chance of getting wrecked is too great at this point. Or here's the thing, and you guys have felt it. I know you felt it because you've bought tops before, but imagine buying at 1355 right now. And then imagine that you're feeling good. You go to sleep. When you wake up, it's at 1300. And you're like, damn, I should have waited. And then a day from now, it's at 1280. And you're thinking about it again. And if you sell, you're giving your money away. So you got to hold on to it, right? But then it dips down and it goes to 1250 because you get bad news. And it goes to 1200 because you get bad news. And it goes down to 1100 because there's no support right now and there's no big push and nobody's feeling good about it. Whatever happens is going on. All of those things could happen and you get wrecked. But if it starts pushing back up and you start looking at these sentiments right here and you start seeing green down here in your market cipher and you see your chandelier gives you a buy signal at the same time. Like if you're seeing it and it feels like the market sentiment is about to move and you're seeing good, remember what you're looking for is you're looking for favorable news in the stock market. If the stock market feels good and it starts moving up, then within 24 hours, the crypto market will start moving up. And just remember, it's not just the United States market. It's the Chinese market. So if you're really interested and you really want to know what's going on, then you watch all of the indices on the Japanese market, watch the Chinese market, watch the Korean market, watch the Indian market, watch in Dubai. Look at what Dubai is doing, see what their markets are looking like, and then look at the European markets. See if they're going up. If they're going up, then you know that you're going to get a boost or you're going to get a bump if you're down like this. Like if we're down right now and you look and you see that the Middle Eastern markets are booming for whatever reason, call it oil, maybe it's oil, but they're booming for some reason, then you're going to start to see this thing move back to the upside just a little bit. They don't have a huge portion of the market, but if they can take you from, say, 1361 to 1400 overnight, then that's a significant move. But if the European market disagrees, then it's coming back down. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just start finding your indices. Look at all of the different places where the money comes from, and then get an idea of what's happening with each one of them. Pay attention. Just kind of look at those markets, and then if they look good, then start to plan how you're going to invest. And the market is going to turn around. It's very possible. By the way, it's entirely possible that we just found the bottom. This 1300 right here, this might be the bottom, because remember, I told you over there just a few seconds ago when we looked over this way, this is the support line. If this breaks, then it goes to 1200, and then it doesn't have much support until you get to like 760 and then all the way down to 600. So if this breaks, then and the more time we spend here, the more chance there is that it will break. So if it trends sideways for much longer without a move to the upside, then we are going back down. So be prepared for that 1200. But again, don't put your money in. Just wait for these other guys to do their thing, and then make a smart play. You know what I mean? Like, just make a smart play. We owe each other good health. You know what I mean? And let's make our money. So guys, remember this. This is not financial advice. My name's Bleaves. I'm always right. And you know what? Let's do an outro video. How about an outro video tonight? This is my new Bleaves Bitcoin intro.
Trying to put money in your pocket, that crypto wallet, that bing bada bing ching ching big profit.
Now here's the outro.
I'm looking for the good life, good life. Sitting on top of the world, I wanna be shining like diamonds and pearls.
All right, guys, have a good night. Forsaken, the setting for the buy sell tags, that's chandelier. And look for the one with the most shared, the highest shared one. I think it's like 2,674 or 4,784, something like that. Just look up chandelier. Spell chandelier the correct way in the indicators on TradingView, and you'll find it. Have a good night, guys.